Welcome back, YouTubers, to another WWE vlog. Not in HD today from my shitty webcam on my laptop because I'm at university now. It's me, Daniel Parkin, half of the British Fist, of course. And today is Monday night, so you know what I'm going to be reviewing today. I'm going to be reviewing Monday Night Raw, brother. Before I start this video off, make sure you guys subscribe up above, like the video, and put your comments on the show. Put your comments or your thoughts on the show down below, of course, in that comment section down there. Before I start this video off, can I just say, did anyone else notice the signs in the background that said, over the limit 2 weeks away? So your pay-per-view is fucking 2 weeks away, and we don't even have one match on the card yet. Well, let's hope that tonight sorts this fucking mess out, which is a throwaway pay-per-view called Over the Limit. You focused too much last week on The Rock's birthday. Let's focus this week on the wrestling and hyping up your pay-per-view. Now, let's start off with the show. We start off with none other than Alberto Del Rio, of course, and he comes out saying his destiny was stolen by Edge. He mentions Cena's title, saying that he should be the #1 contender because it's his destiny, until out comes Rey Mysterio. And I'm thinking to myself, I don't want to see you and Del Rio in the ring together. I don't even want to see this feud. I don't even want to see them two, in the same ring. But he comes out and starts going about that, he deserves a title shot, of course, because he's Rey Mysterio. He's probably the second face on Raw now, so why not? Why not just throw him in this clusterfuck segment? We then get Miz comes out. Miz comes out, and he comes out to pretty much what I recall as a face pop when people cheer for him, which is weird because I thought he was supposed to be a fucking heel. Basically, he comes on the mic and he absolutely owns Alberto Del Rio. He's awesome on the mic. Whoever said Orton was better on the mic than Miz, and I think you know who I'm talking about here, really doesn't know mic work really in WWE at the moment. He blames A-Rai for his loss last week, which kind of does shows there's a bit of tension between the two, but later in the night we found out where this is going. And he says that, and Alberto says that he did not get the job done. And, he didn't, but, we all know what happened in that bullshit match last week. And then out comes, shut up! R-Truth's, new heel gimmick. He comes out and starts talking about hospital food? Hospital food? Are you kidding me? He comes out talking about hospital food. I know it's a reference to John Morrison, but come on, surely you can be a bit more inventive than that. Other than that, I really liked his promo. I think he cuts pretty decent promos as a heel. He did a pretty awesome job making fun of the three guys there. I can't remember exactly what he said, but he basically called Miz a pretty boy. And that's all I can remember, really. He does reference John Morrison, saying that he took him out, saying that he deserves the title because of that. So basically, we know where this is leading. We know that they're going to all want to go after the title. Until the inevitable comes in, the Raw GM. Do-do-do, I've just received an email from the Raw General Manager, Michael Cole. Just want to fucking hit him in the face. He says that three guys only deserve one title shot. Number one, he says The Miz deserves a title shot because he got screwed out of the title last week, or whatever they think. He says that Del Rio deserves a title shot because he's the new guy on Raw, he's the new star draft. And he also says Rey Mysterio deserves a title shot. Yeah, but he doesn't say R-Truth for some reason. So it's going to be a triple threat later tonight to determine the #1 contender for the WWE Championship. Presumably for their pay-per-view, which is 2 weeks away. Just starting to hype up now that Rock's birthday has finally passed. What was the point in bringing R-Truth out if he wasn't even going to be involved? I mean, really. There wasn't really much point in him being in this segment, which was already clusterfucked as it was. You had, 7 guys in the ring, I think, at one point? 6? I don't know. So we get our main event for tonight, presumably, which is The Miz versus Del Rio versus Rey Mysterio for the #1 contendership for John Cena's WWE Championship. So the segment really did, achieve its purpose, although it was a little bit clusterfucked. It made a decent main event, a little bit of build, finally, for Over the Limit, which is 2 weeks away. And then after that we get Alex Riley attacking Alberto Del Rio. Alex Riley gets a fucking good shot in there, and then we get Ricardo Rodriguez attacking Riley? Whoa! I really didn't expect that at all. And then Del Rio and Miz take each other out, leaving Rey to take out Alberto, and he's standing tall in the ring. Tall in the ring is like, 5 foot to him, so... Yeah! No one cares. Seriously, we don't want Rey Mysterio in that main event. Like I said, clusterfuck, but at least it built to the main event of the night and the damn pay-per-view, which is 2 fucking weeks away. And how did WWE follow this really good segment up? You got it! It's the Who Gives a Fuck match between the Bellas and fucking... I had to look at my notes there because I couldn't even fucking remember. Even Kelly Kelly. What happened in this match? 2 things. Kelly Kelly slaps some ass, which was fucking hot! And then, you know, Kelly Kelly wins a roll-up in 2 fucking minutes. They give this match 2 fucking minutes. But I suppose the main event for this match was coming afterwards because we had none other than Karma. We had none other than Karma coming out attacking Eve Torres. That's another diva that Eve has attacked now. Eve? Karma. And, you know, she pretty much owns Eve Torres. Kelly Kelly and Bella's run away like a couple of dolls. So yeah, it was a 2-minute match. It's more emphasis on Awesome Kong, or Karma as the WWE like to call her. So I can understand that. It's more build up for Karma. I really want to see her in some sort of match or meaningful rivalry though, if I'm honest. But I can't complain too much about the aftermath. The match was a bit crap, but you know, what do you expect, seriously? We then get a bit of a follow-up from last week. We get Mr. Wales, Mason Ryan, Mr. Batista lookalike Mason Ryan, versus Kane. And in this match, Mason Ryan shows great strength, great power. You know, he shows why WWE may have, you know, gone about pushing him, even though it's what, fucking 4 months too late, 3 or 4 months too late. You know, from when he first came onto Raw. You know, this match was going good until Nexus interfere. They get owned by Kane and Big Show. Mason Ryan gets double chokeslammed, and you have just gone to Mason Ryan's push. So yeah, well done for once again burying Nexus, a team who used to be so dominant on Raw, now getting buried by 2 guys who are quite big. I'll give them that, but I really don't want to see Nexus being buried, even though they're kind of dead now. One good thing about this match, I really like this, was when Big Show come and knocked CM Punk the fuck out, and he was on the floor and he could not fucking move. He was knocked out big time. But anyway, that was that match. It was good to see Mason Ryan in another match. A little bit of a problem with the way they went about it, but I suppose they're going to try and show Big Show and Kane strong, maybe to set up some sort of tag team match between Big Show and Kane and CM Punk and Mason Ryan. And CM Punk came out as Mason Ryan's manager type guy, which I really liked seeing. We then have, oh god, oh dear, jobber alert. We have Santino come out to no entrance. You kind of know you're going to be jobbing if you don't have an entrance, versus the new and improved Dolph Ziggler, with hair like me, I guess. And basically this was just a short match just to put Dolph Ziggler over. I'm not really liking this whole new and improved thing. I don't even know why they've done it. And I really wish they'd put him in some kind of feud to at least elevate the fact that he is new and improved. But you know, Santino jobs basically to the new and improved Dolph Ziggler. It's what, a 3 minute match just to put Ziggler over, and that's it, and he goes out again. So that was that match for you. Oh dear. We then get a promo which reminds everyone why no one watched SmackDown last week and why it got its lowest rating since the fucking new year. And we also got a reminder as to why the YWC was up in arms last week, because we get a promo showing Christian winning his World Heavyweight Championship in a ladder match against Alberto Del Rio, which everyone loved and everyone wanted to see. And then we get the video package of SmackDown of Randy Orton beating him for the World Heavyweight Championship. I'm sorry, I had to get the Orton duvet cover. I am immensely sorry. So you know, it kind of promotes SmackDown a little bit, which they did, I think, 2 or 3 times during the night, which is weird for WWE. They don't usually promote their B show on Raw. But yeah, it pretty much showed why no one really watched SmackDown last week, and you know why everyone really doesn't. Reminds everyone why we don't really like Orton that much. We then get basically we get Lawler and Matthews trying to sort of calm the situation down, saying Randy Orton deserved it, and it's just like, no, he didn't deserve it. Seriously, WWE. Anyway, we then get, oh yeah, we get 5 seconds of Zack Ryder time with John Cena on TV. Yeah, that's right, 5 seconds. We got Zack Ryder for 5 seconds, which is 5 times more. Well, actually, it's infinity times more because he's never on fucking TV anymore. 5 times more than we usually get him on TV. It was good to see him, but you know, he got his 5 seconds. There you go. you know, and then we get a little thing with Miz getting in the face of A-Rai again, and A-Rai says he'll make up for it. What does he do? He spends 3 minutes. Yeah, I know. Get this right. He spends 3 minutes walking to the ring, and then comes out and gets on the mic. And I'm thinking, great, we got Alex Riley mic time. This is what he needs to elevate himself. He gets on the mic and says, you know, I'm challenging you, John Cena. I'm challenging you to a match. And whatever, John Cena comes out to a match. And I'm thinking to myself, oh, A-Rai. Not a smart move, but they have a match, and at least Riley didn't get totally buried. He got some decent shots in, but at the end of the day, we all knew John Cena was going to win. Miz comes out at the end of the match, doesn't help Miz, and it doesn't help Riley, and I'm thinking, man, give the brother some fucking help. The amount of help he's given you, but, you know, oh well, he doesn't want to get in the ring with Cena. I suppose he's going to have to, you know, sooner rather than later. So the match itself was really just a waste. I think it was just a waste of a little bit of time. John Cena wins the match cleanly and easily, and at least all I can say is at least this wasn't a Cena promo. You know, which is I didn't really want to see at this point. We heard that he was going to be coming out for some sort of promo, but anyway, I'll get on to the next bit, which was, oh god. Can I have your attention, please? I'm going to be dissing Michael Cole for the next 2 fucking minutes. We get Michael Cole segment, in which Michael Cole comes out and says, "I'm retiring from in-ring wrestling." It's just like, you know, you can't wrestle. You're not a wrestler. But anyway, we get Lawler coming in saying, showing us the historic handshake, which basically was the handshake which Rock gave Michael Cole last week, and then the Rock Bottom, which was fucking hilarious. I'm just going to say that right now. That was hilarious. That was one of the best parts of Raw last week, in my opinion. The rest of it pretty much sucked. One of the best things Rock did last week. Jerry Lawler put us a little proposition on the table. He says, if Cole can beat him, he will personally induct him into the Hall of Fame and give him his Hall of Fame ring. I wonder if Michael Cole will accept. No, he refuses. And then starts a tirade about Mother's Day and about Lawler's mother, and I'm thinking to myself, Jesus Christ, have we not taken this too far already? But I guess if WWE are letting Michael Cole do it, Jerry Lawler's fine with it. Just looking at it from the outside perspective here. The segment went on for quite long, but what do you expect? Is Michael Cole. They're kind of concentrating a lot on him recently. Lawler attacks Cole in the coal mine. He got pissed off because he mentioned his mother. But Swagger comes and beats on Lawler. It's a typical Michael Cole Swagger beating on Lawler segment. Other than there's no Jim Ross there to flatten anymore. After that segment, which dragged on way too long in my opinion, we then get Jack Swagger in a match against Kofi Kingston for the US Championship. And I'm thinking to myself, it's great to see Swagger finally in a meaningful match. Even if it's just after a Michael Cole segment, I'm glad to see him in an actual, mid-card match for a mid-card title. Even though it wasn't announced or anything, it was still a decent match. And one highlight of the match for me was Michael Cole going beep beep, Jerry Lawler's in pain. I don't know. Michael Cole just annoys the fuck out of me, which shows that he's doing his job as a heel very well, because I don't get annoyed very easily. We get adverts in this match. Oh, if there's one thing more boring than Randy Orton, it's adverts, seriously. But anyway, basically Lawler distracts Swagger and Kofi hits the Trouble in Paradise, and then you get this whole thing, you're trying to do too much in one match, you've got 2 feuds going on there, just concentrate on one thing after another. You had your chance to promote the Michael Cole, Jerry Lawler thing in the segment before. Why introduce it into this match when we want to see some actual decent wrestling? Which we did get, actually. It was a pretty decent match. And Kofi Kingston wins, of course. And then Lawler attacks Cole after the match in his coal mine. He pulls on his tie, and Michael Cole makes the most fucking hilarious face ever, which you can see on the WWE's Facebook. It's kind of like, I can't even... It was really funny. Just take me. Cole's face is priceless. And then Swagger proclaims that Jerry Lawler's fired because he touched Michael Cole. Hang on a minute. Alerts. But anyway, we got Jerry Lawler saying that he didn't touch Michael Cole. He touched his tie. And then Jack Swagger, for some unknown reason, accepts a match on behalf of Michael Cole that they mentioned earlier in the earlier segment, with Jerry Lawler putting his Hall of Fame ring on the line and inducting him into the Hall of Fame. And I'm thinking, why the hell has he done that? I guess this is going to set up some sort of match for Over the Limit. which hopefully ends this feud, because this feud is going down the drain in my opinion. And Michael Cole afterwards is saying, "Why did you accept that match on my behalf? Why did you accept it?" And you know, Jerry Lawler's happy. He's finally got his match. Let's hope the rivalry ends at this match. Also, during this show, I noticed that there was a lot of non-wrestling promos, i.e. films which your wrestlers aren't even on the front cover of. Get rid of this and start putting some wrestling in the show, WWE. Please. For me. Anyway, I digress. We then go on to the main event of the evening, which I thought was very well set up. We get Del Rio, who had no entrance, and he didn't have his ring announcer, so I guess he was going to be jobbing in this match, versus Rey Mysterio versus Miz, who didn't come out with Riley. You will see why later. And then we got the news that Cena's going to pick the stipulation for Over the Limit. I don't mind that. This was a very good TV match main event. It was very back and forth. They got Rey's quickness involved. We even saw Del Rio and Miz have a couple of fights between themselves outside the ring. It was a very good match. I was very entertained by this match. The ending came, you had A-Rai come out and help Miz. He basically stopped Del Rio pinning, he stopped, I believe, Del Rio pinning Rey Mysterio. Miz then rolls up Rey to win the match and become the #1 contender, and it looks like we're seeing the continuation of Team Awesome, which is kind of a good thing, although I would like to see Alex Riley in his singles competition. Now he's been drafted to SmackDown. I don't really see why he's on Raw this time, but I suppose WWE don't really respect the brand. No, that's Orton. The brand split. The brand split, I should say. And then after the match, we get Miz walking up to the ring, or up to the entrance, ring entrance, whatever you want to call it. It's ramp, I'll call it for now. Out comes Cena and proclaims that it's going to be a match with no countouts, no disqualification, no submissions. It's going to be an I Quit match at Over the Limit between Miz and John Cena. So we've got probably our main event for the Over the Limit right there. We've heard news about this previously, so I'm not surprised that they made this match. It will hopefully be a good match between the two, and probably ending their feud, and then you'll have Cena and Del Rio go into their feud, going into SummerSlam as they're supposedly going to do. It's still a bit of a toss-up as who is the main heel on Raw at the moment. Is it going to be Del Rio or is it going to be Miz? I'm guessing over time it's going to be Del Rio. They seem to want to focus on him a little bit more now. After the Miz probably loses that match, as we all know, Super Cena's going to win. And then the final thing we get, the final part of Raw, is R-Truth coming out and attacking Rey Mysterio. I wasn't expecting this, so it looks like they'll be feuding, and then, it's really good to have R-Truth end Raw, even though I think they may have made a slight error, but I don't know. It was good to see R-Truth ending Raw. Now it's time to give my overall opinions on the show. Today I thought the show was very good. It was definitely better than last week's fucking abomination. There was a lot more wrestling matches, despite a lot of them being too short. The main event was very good in my opinion. At least we had some hype for the pay-per-view, despite, and not enough in my opinion, but we had some hype for the pay-per-view, some tease for the pay-per-view as well. There was a lot of adverts. There always is, but they still piss me off. So, today I'm going to rate the show thumbs up. I was actually entertained by this show. A lot happened in today's show, as you can probably tell by the length of my video. So yeah, I'll give it the thumbs up. I think it was a pretty decent Raw. I could nitpick on it, and you probably realise I did nitpick a lot, but overall I thought it was a very good show that showcased wrestling and also did its job in the hype department for Over the Limit, which they didn't do last week, like I said. So that's my views on Raw. Guys, I want to hear your opinions on Raw. Make sure you put your opinions in the description box. No, that's where all my information will go. In the comment section below. Also, make sure you check out NJ's video on the Raw review. I'll link it somewhere on the page so you can get to it. As you know already, me and NJ are doing separate videos for now as I'm at uni. So definitely check out his videos. I'm sure his video will be very good. So definitely check it out. That has been it from me. I've been Daniel Parkin, half of the British Fist, of course. All I can say now is thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.